A multimodal presentation on 21st century literacies. The 21st century, characterized by amazing advances of digital technologies, has changed people's life in many ways. New methods of communicating and getting information have a great impact on learning and education. Adolescents today use multiple modes of communication and have access to virtually unlimited range of information. Having contacts with various people, government agencies, organizations, and other entities, online or otherwise, is the benefit that many people have today. Adolescents have their own preferences using digital era resources, which should be taken into account by teachers and educators. These new dimensions of adolescence, social and cultural space, have advantages as well as disadvantages. Therefore, adults, primarily teachers and parents, should combine their efforts in maximizing the former and minimizing the latter. Millennial adolescents are digital-savvy individuals, which makes it necessary for teachers and other adults to be ready to the new formats of communication. Being ready means more than just being able to use certain techniques. It requires adults not only to be familiar, for example, with the content young people prefer to get from the internet. Adults should also develop and use the innovative methods for improving and optimizing adolescents' learning environment. Teachers and educators today have extended their understanding of literacy by accepting the concept of multiliteracy, which is important for the present-day teaching and learning goals and realities. Adolescents have their own favorite ways of using digital resources and digital-mediated social media. These have great impact on their social life, progress, communication, and maturing. Social networks and communication formats provided and mediated by them have become an indispensable part in the life of most adolescents. It would not be wise on the part of the teachers or other adults just to try to minimize these activities in any authoritative way, although these can pose, in addition to hazardous content, critical challenges to developing the children's and adolescents' literacy. Adolescents' favorite social networking sites are Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter, and video sites like YouTube. In addition, they are actively using gaming sites. Different virtual worlds, for example, Club Penguin, Second Life, and others, or online gaming are also very popular. Having the convenience of constant access to the internet by mobile devices, mainly smartphones. 92% of the teenagers in the United States, according to a new study from Pew Research Center, have reported going online and using blogs on a daily basis. These activities are an important part of adolescents' social life. They influence their worldview and the ways they use and create information. These new activities transform the adolescents' occupations, interests, values, and other important factors of their life, being a powerful and multifaceted portal for entertainment and communication. These digital services and formats open to students an exciting and unlimited realm of multimodal interaction. In teaching and learning, this experience has been translated into the concept of multiliteracy, extending and modifying the traditional concept of literacy, which used to focus on printed texts. Multiliteracy focuses on multimodal forms of content and language expression and representation. It favors linguistic and cultural diversity and responds to the present-day realities of learning and communicating. Multimodal formats challenge traditional reading and literacy in the way it used to be taught and practiced for centuries, with various texts to be read only from books, journals, or other hard copy literature sources. In such a setting, with social networks becoming one of the main sources of text read by adolescents, One of the key questions is how to make students interested in reading different sources of information and develop effectively their own literacy. There is no point in just trying to make students adhere to the traditional learning formats. Instead, educators and teachers seek ways of motivating students to connect their active out-of-school literacies with modern concept of literacy offered to them by school. Literacy development is seen today as interactions and more pluralistic experience, which means focusing on critical thinking and discussions, problem solving, and developing the skills of exploring various perspectives and modes of thinking. Multiple literacies are a perfect format for motivating students and getting them engaged in such formats of activities, both in the classroom environment and beyond it. Today, teachers use texts of all kinds and link them to different activities. These can be visual, audio, digital, print, or multimodal. In this way, adolescents become active in their own identity-making practices and, in the process, through different kinds of texts, gradually get the perceptions of themselves as literate personalities. One of the most challenging issues teachers and educators need to address is the rapidly decreasing students' motivation to reading books and other classical texts, which for many years have been considered mandatory and kind of pillars for developing the intellectual and cultural awareness. Dr. David Crystal, professor of linguistics and author, analyzing the present-day literacy of young people, refutes the idea of the non-reading or non-writing new generation. He points out that what adults and adolescents themselves do not see as writing when they use gadgets constitutes an important form of this activity, which requires succinct and clear ways of formulating ideas and content. In Australia, the school education system has responded to the new challenges by adopting an integrative and innovative approach to teaching, which can be seen, for example, from how history syllabus has been modified. A Human Society and its Environment includes key learning areas which take students across different aspects, encouraging their own critical thinking, analysis, and active learning. Students are supposed to support historical narratives, explanations, and analysis of the modern world and Australia by linking the events and trends of the past to the present and future. They do it by using multiple and multimodal data sources. Individual, language, and cross-cultural aspects are also an important part of developing students' literacy. Psychologists believe in adolescence being a troubled term and explore the multiple and complex ways that adolescent and adults' discourses interanimate each other. Individual variances may sometimes have gender characteristics, with boys being more reluctant to read books than girls. Therefore, new curricula give such students chance of reading non-print media, sharing and discussing information retrieved from them. The proper teacher's guidance and supervision ensures that the internet becomes a wonderful resource for diversifying the teaching and learning processes and making it more rewarding and efficient.